afternoon, Troy, Michigan. Good afternoon, Troy, Michigan. My name is Doreen Agnew, and I am a proud wife and mother. I'm also one of the 1,000 Farmer Jack employees who lost their job last July when the company left the state. Ever since 1978, when I first started working for Farmer Jack, I have done everything from bagging, working as a cashier, shipping and receiving, and serving as a scan administrator. But just before I hit my 30th anniversary with the company, I lost my job and my health insurance when the remaining Farmer Jack stores all closed last year. My husband and I worry about what the future holds for us financially. With neither of us gainfully employed, we've started to go into our 401ks to keep up with skyrocketing gas prices, to put food on the table for our kids, and pay our monthly bills. Ever since I lost my job at Farmer Jack and my husband was laid off, healthcare coverage has become a luxury for us. We're lucky our children are covered under the state, but paying for health insurance plan for ourselves is simply a luxury. I've had a severe vascular condition, but have not been able to visit a doctor for a checkup in 8 months. Over the past few months, I've spent much of my time over at the local 876 working with the peer-to-peer program, where I help former Farmer Jack employees like myself find employment and other resources. But in order to get there, I travel 74 miles a day. With gas prices soaring over $4 a gallon, I can't afford the money to make the trip alone, so I carpool. The jobs just don't seem to be out there, with the job market so tight, and they certainly don't pay what they used to. With our basic expenses continuing to rise, $8 to $10 wages and minimum hours don't make ends meet. There's no denying it. Like many folks here in Troy and throughout Michigan, my husband and I never thought we'd be in the situation we're in. And our family knows that we can't afford 4 more years of this George Bush economy that puts Washington's special interest and big business ahead of hardworking people like us. Senator Obama has been fighting for working Americans like us for more than 2 decades. Today, more than ever, we need a president who can stand up to the special interests and bring this country together so we can change the way business is done in Washington. I believe that President is here with us today. Please join me in welcoming Barack Obama.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Troy. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Please have a seat. Thank you. First of all, let me thank Doreen for sharing her story and the wonderful introduction. Please give Doreen Agnew a big round of applause. I want to thank the principal of Troy High School and our host today, Mark Dezak. Thank you. I also want to thank Louise Schilling, the mayor of Troy, for her attendance here today and the great work she's doing. Stand up. There she is right there. I want to thank Eric Coleman, our Oakland County Commissioner. I want to thank the wonderful mayor of Southfield, Brenda Lawrence, who just endorsed me today. Where is she? Stand up. I want to acknowledge our 9th District Congressional candidate, Gary Peters. And finally, I want to acknowledge somebody who's just doing outstanding work on behalf of the entire state of Michigan. I am very proud to have his support. Your terrific Speaker of the House, Andy Dillon. Where's Andy? There he is in the back. Well, it is good to be in Troy, and it is good to be in Michigan. I have been running for president for about 15 months now. That's a long time. That means that there are babies that have been born and are now walking and talking since I announced that I was running for president. And when I announced that I was running, there were some people who said, you know, Barack, you've got a wonderful future ahead of you, but you're a young man. Why are you running so soon? You can afford to wait. And what I said was, I'm not running because of some long-held ambition or because I think it's somehow owed to me. I'm running because of what Dr. King called the fierce urgency of now. The fierce urgency of now. Because I believe there's such a thing as being too late, and that hour is almost upon us. Think about it. We are in the midst of 2 wars. One war in Afghanistan against Al-Qaeda and the Taliban, a war that we have to win, and a second war in Iraq that should have never been authorized and should have never been waged. But it's not just struggles overseas that are on people's minds, it's the struggles of folks here at home. And I think Doreen said it well in terms of her own life. I know she speaks for a lot of folks here in Michigan. You know, wherever I go, I talk about the need to bring about real change. Few understand the need for change more than the people of Michigan. Because while we've been talking about recession in this country for a few months now, Michigan has been living with it for a very long time. Michigan has the highest unemployment rate in the nation. Workers and communities across this state have been struggling for years with a downturn that all of America is feeling today. Now, in fairness, some of these challenges are the product of larger forces beyond the control of government. We've got globalization. We've got technological advances. We've got problems in the energy sector. But there's no doubt that the Bush economic policies have done little to help the working families of Michigan or to build a better future for America.